All right, it's time. We're going to call this meeting of the best Rotary Club in the to order. We have an invocation. Paul, are you invocating?
Bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to gather today. Thank you for keeping our families safe and keeping a watchful eye over us. Thank you for the food today that Cheryl provided us. Amen.
All right, and now our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And Carl has a song for us.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, I do. This is a Carl Garrison original. I wrote this song just for our club. And I have a grand total of one verse. And so I'd like you to read it silently so you kind of, it goes to the She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain tune. Otherwise, we'll have to sing it twice.
Apparently, engineers have a lot of free time on their hands.
Hey, you never know.
Yep.
Okay.
Now that was good.
I think there's a fine in there somewhere, I'm sure. All right, so let's give it a try. The Sedro Woolley Rotary is rolling along, and we'll be driving six good deeds when we come. We'll be driving six good deeds when we come. With hammers, smiles, and teamwork, we'll make our town a dream work. We'll be driving six more deeds when we're done. Yee-haw!
Excellent. Thank you, Carl. That was pretty good. All right. And visiting Rotarians. Ruth, do you have any visiting? Oh, somebody got a visiting Rotarian at your table?
And we have with us Stephanie Hooper. She's with the Burlington Morning Club, and she is Assistant AI Director.
All right. Thank you. All right. And do we have guests of Rotarians? I think we've got one back in the back.
I have my youngest son, Hunter, who just graduated from Whitworth University back in December and going into the workforce now. So,
All right. Thank you. Welcome, Hunter. All right. Anybody else? All right. Seeing none, we're going to move into club business and announcements. I'm going to be doing a food pantry stocking at the high school after this. Then we're going to, we had a request for assistance, and I'm going to put this out to some of the characters at the Rusty Zipper first to help me organize this and get a hold of Dan Hockett. But there's a city employee whose wife is suffering from Alzheimer's, and she took a fall the other day and is in life care. And he's asking if we can help by putting in a ramp to their front porch to lead into the house. So I'm going to put together some just some ideas and then talk to some of the construction type guys and see what that would take and get a hold of Dan Hockett and see if this is something we can carry out. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, but I hate to say that because as soon as you say that, it becomes a bigger deal than it is. But the city employee, he's been a longtime city employee, good guy, and just needs some help. And we have a flood cleanup work party for a specific home up in Hamilton. And I think the Rusty Zippers are going to tackle this one. Mark Venn and Mike Janicki have a handle on that. And I think we're going to put together a little short work party by the end of the month. Let's see. Remember, next Thursday, we do not have a noon meeting. And we're going to be having bingo pizza right here in the evening. And monthly teams. If you, I know there was a flurry of information going out around monthly teams coming up with an auction item. Let's make sure we get those hammered out. I got to do some finalizing for Team September, but I know a lot of stuff's already been going out on that, but we need to get that rolling. And so we'll have all of the information to Ruth and Danny here in the next month or two. We're going to continue with our in-person auction meetings, one regular meeting a month, and we're going to talk a little bit about auction stuff today. So our next auction meeting is going to be on the 5th, right, Ruth? That sounds right. That's when we're going to be bringing silent auction items to the meeting for photos and documentation. And we're going to talk a little bit about this later on, but we're going to hammer out a place to store the auction items, or we're going to end up having to take them back home and then deliver them the night of. So we're still working on all the logistics for that. The March 5th meeting is Dessert Dash signups, decoration ideas, scholarship committee. April 2nd, auctioneer to meet and preview items, confirm rentals. I've already talked to Tom Pasma, and he's really wanting to get in, and he'll come to any of these auction meetings that we have, and for whatever he needs to do, he's really energized to get that done. And then our May 7th meeting will be a work party during the meeting to load and prep for the 5 p.m. delivery, bar setup, and so on. And then May 8th, make sure you have that on your calendar for a setup, all hands on deck. Bad time of year to go on vacation. So we need bodies to do this. All those hands make some pretty light work. We have a team February meeting right after this. If we can meet with Teak right after this meeting. And the crystal ball meeting will be after this as well. So if we can meet up at the front table with Mike, and we can get our crystal ball. And let's see, moving on. Do we have a raffle? Paul, are you the raffler?
Announce. Okay, I guess I'm going to announce. So let's get our first number. Okay, our first number is 45. 45, fantastic. Winner, winner. Good choice. All right, sticking to the 40s. Next one is 48. 40. Look at that.
Do I get a cut of that? Because I think I picked that number for you.
You guys are working out after the fact. We got one more, two more. All right, two more. Oh, this one's my number, 12. So now we'll do another one. That's right. 63. 63. There we go.
All right.
Well, we're gonna find out, aren't we? Not a cougar or a husky. $2 each.
That's worth it.
That's a big one. What if my daughter is the husky? Does that count?
We could do one more.
All right. Last one. Number 20. 20. Hey, all right. Table's a winner.
And if we'd only done 3,
Gonna spin? Yeah, we're gonna spin. Going for the gold here, aren't we? Pull up a chair. Hold on. How's driving? $25. There you are. Excellent.
All right. Paul, we're up for Sergeant at Arms.
Seahawks team today. How many yards did Sam Darnold have in the playoff game against San Francisco? Passing yards. Close enough. Good job. Yeah, I have two questions for each table. How many touchdowns
Oh,
did Sam
hold,
Darnold?
hold the meeting, hold the meeting. David, you want to go ahead there? You good? Okay, there we go. I think you should consider that when you get around.
What?
The phone ringing there. Oh, yeah.
I tried to ignore it. How many touchdowns did Sam Darnold throw in the playoff game against San Francisco?
One.
Okay. $1 each. You got it. What? Okay. How many times was Sam Darnold sacked in the playoff game against San Francisco? Well, 49ers.
Yes.
Answer's 2. That'll be $2. Who was the Seahawks leading rusher in the playoff game against San Francisco? Kenneth Walker, correct. So, yo, $3. Okay. How many touchdowns did Kenneth Walker score in the playoff game against San Francisco? 3. That's $2. Who is the Seahawks leading receiver in the playoff game against San Francisco? Leading receiver in the Seahawks game against San Francisco. Cooper Kupp, $3 each. Who caught the Seahawks' only touchdown in the playoff game against San Francisco? Who caught the only touchdown in the Seahawks game against San Francisco? Smith and Jigba. Good job, David. That's $1. What Seahawk caught the interception in the playoff game against San Francisco? Caught the interception in the game against San Francisco.
What's that? Uh-oh.
That was a kickoff return, but yeah. Ernest Jones, the fourth. That's $2. So $3 each.
Is that it?
What? Yeah, you're
Oh, got it. Yep.
Oh, this will be for the onlines also. What Seahawk returned the opening kickoff of the touchdown in the playoff game against San Francisco? $1. Good job. How many yards was that kickoff return? 95 yards. That's $2.
All right.
Okay, now I'm going to turn it over
But
to.
before you do that, I want to do one more, a fine from the dais here. If you have not written an original song for the Sedro Woolley Rotary, please contribute $1. If you have, that's two. No, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. All right, and Louis, you're up. Yep, Happy Bucks time. I don't think your mic's on now. There you go.
There we go. Let me introduce this new idea. Since Lynn made me the Sergeant at Arms and Happy Buck Chair, I'm going to be the Happy Buck Chair today. So we haven't been getting a lot of Happy Bucks lately, so we need to improve that. And is Doug Wood here? No? Well, that's too bad. Doug Wood came over to my house Tuesday morning and picked up a whole bunch of wood I had saved over 40 years. Really nice stuff. But in loading the wood up, he dropped his RZ change on my floor, garage floor. So I guess we'll just contribute that. Here you go. Okay. Chuck, I knew you this. Where'd Chuck go? I should not have warned him at the RZ breakfast. And we'll save that for later. Is Carl here? Carl? Dijon. In the latest publication that came out from United General Hospital, whose picture is that?
Chuck. And,
No, that one.
oh, that one. Oh, hey, I owe some money.
Yeah, what do you got in your wallet today? Because that even has your wife in it.
Because she's the new.
Good, that's worth, oh, I don't know, $5 probably. Okay. Oh. Danny, you should be proud of the Oregon Ducks as far as they got. Huh? They did really well. Don't you have Happy Buck for that? Yes. We won't talk about the rest of the season though. Okay, now anybody else have Happy Bucks?
I've got a happy 20 for getting to go to Hawaii for 2 weeks, an invitation by my brother, who's a Rotarian back in Tennessee and has visited us. And happy for getting to do the online meeting and watch last week's meeting. Thank you all that are involved with making that available.
All right, thank you.
I'll give a couple Happy Bucks for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Unfortunately, they have two of their key starters out, and they're still winning games, and they're still going up in the rankings. So pretty cool.
I have $1 for my daughter Whitney. She was all set to go to Jamaica a little while ago, and lo and behold, they had a hurricane. So she wasn't able to go, so she rescheduled to St. Martin's. And then our good president attacked the Caribbean, and then she wasn't sure she was going to be able to go, but she did go, and she's having a great time. So
I've got a Happy Buck. I returned my trophy, the black ball trophy over there. It's all ready to go. And then on Tuesday, some very, very sneaky people in my life surprised me at my work with a letter from the Sedro Woolley School District. I'm going to be honored with a district-wide community recognition award on February 26th, along with Danny. So they gobsmacked me. Ruth was there, and my sisters, Jim Callio, Jada, and it was really, really special. I'm really, really, really honored beyond comprehension. So.
So Louis, I'm a little hurt. You know, you go back, you make Carl pay, and he's only in there twice. My daughter's in there, or he's only in there once. My daughter's in there twice. So here's $4.
I got $20. My wife is retired and I'm taking the gloves off. I have no more reason not to say what I think when it comes to the county. And
We've been worried about that for some time now.
I've got 10 or 11 years of built up frustration going on. So I'm going to counseling, but it might just come out real quick.
Who's next?
I will toss in whatever I have left in my pocket, which is 15. Just again, good to be here. You know, I miss you guys a lot. Unfortunately, I have a conflicting meeting every Thursday from 12 to 1. So try to get it moved, but it's not up to me. But anyway, happy to be here. Thank you.
Happy to see you.
Anybody else? Well, that's looking better. I got a whole folder that I've saved up over the years. Some of it's going to be old, some of it's going to be new, but we got to keep the happy bucks coming, or you're going to hear from me.
All right. Well, thank you, Louis. And it's time for early leavers. Pay $2 if you have to leave early. But today is going to be our Rotary Board kind of recap, talking a little bit about what your board's been doing, any committee meetings that we need to have. And Ruth has probably got a few things to say. I've got it all written down if you didn't need to get up and say it. Got it. About auction stuff. So we're going to zoom through this. We should be out of here a bit early today, unless we have a lot of stuff to talk about. So we're going to roll right into it. Since we had our Rotary board meeting on the 13th, and we had a kind of a short board that day. I think Steve is golfing somewhere down in the heat, and we had 2 or 3 other people that couldn't make it. But we did get quite a bit of stuff done, and we got it done just in time for me to go watch my grandson sing along with a whole bunch of other first graders. So it was a pretty good night that night. So Steve had a absentee report. Our foundation has $220,520, and the club has $6,265 as of the end of December. And we had all the paperwork. If anybody's ever interested in seeing what the club is doing and spending and all that, Steve puts this out on spreadsheets. You're welcome to see all this. I'm married to an accountant, and I'm not really allowed to be doing any money finagling, anything like that. So I my eyes kind of gloss over whenever it comes up, but Travis takes a pretty good look at it for some weird reason. I don't know. He seems to be attracted to it. On to our old business, food expenditures or food pantry expenditures. Let's see, we spent $106.51 on December 4th, and $192.04 on the 8th of December, and $156 on the 23rd. And January 8th, we spent $134.26. That one was all donated money. We had a Rotarian come up and just said, hey, I want to contribute. So this food pantry stocking, to me, it's kind of an easy and not very expensive give. We've got I get other people get involved. The State Street High School, they've been paying for this stuff out of their pockets, snacks for the kids whenever they haven't had enough to eat. And the one at the high school is a little bit more of a community food bank type thing. I know Ruth has said she's seen people from the community come up when the kids aren't around and getting a few things off the shelf. We're spending probably $500 a month on that. And it'll just be for the months that the school's in session. So pretty small expenditure for a pretty good cause. But always looking for if anybody wants to donate or take over. I'm going to go stock the food pantry after the meeting today, the one at the front door at the high school. We're putting easy stuff that is stuff that the kids can throw in a backpack and take home and put water and a microwave. So stuff like the ramen noodles, they love that. Yeah, there is. We got stuff that they can take home and eat, and we've got like granola bars, energy bars, protein bars, trail mix. I was just putting the box of trail mix in there. I don't leave anything in the box. I thought somebody might just go stock their own pantry, so it gets dumped in there. So they have to grab a handful of something. And a couple of girls were walking over from the C building to go into the main room. And they go, "You have trail mix?" And it was like a teenager finding out that you've got ready-made food, which was exactly what it was. And on Christmas, I had a couple of little minions help me stock the food bank, and we did something a little bit different. We took some soup and all that just because school had been out. We took something that's more for a household to come and grab something. I got that 6-pack of bread from Costco and a bunch of different soup and just a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. And we spent a little bit more money on that time. But so yeah, it's about a 50-50 split. Let's see, I think I got some goldfish little packets out there in the truck that I'm going to stock and all that. So let's see, moving on, new business. The Seroptimists sent in a request for some money from us. They were requesting funds to provide hygiene products to students in need at the middle school. And they had a specific need, and we approved $1,000 to assist them in their little hygiene packs. And from anybody that spends time with middle schoolers, I think that's a very wise investment. I've heard, stories of that, but the school district also provides a lot of hygiene products for them as well. I think this is going to help fill that gap. And I talked to Becky Taft, and right as I dropped off the check at the post office for the Seroptimists, and then went in and I could have handed it right to Becky and she could have got a bit. So we approved that, and the check has been sent out. We're doing a lot of stuff when Steve's not here. I actually had a blank check and I actually filled it out, signed it, and threw it in the mail. Let's see, club director reports. Josh, you were asking for salmon barbecue date. We approved that, and I sent that back out to you. Our salmon barbecue is going to be on September 10th, so we'll put that up. Make sure you mark that on your calendars. And for future events, we've already talked about the bingo and pizza night on this next Thursday. And let's see, one other date to make sure you have on your calendar. We're trying to figure out how to navigate the city's portal to reserve this place. I talked to Sarah at the front. I talked to her on the phone. She was very nice and very apologetic when I expressed my frustration I was trying to do something that I would normally have one of my daughters do for me. Navigate this portal. And she said, "You tried it on your phone?" I said, "Yeah, but I know better than that. It didn't work." And she goes, "Yeah, it's not really user friendly in that regard." But so she helped walk us through. Very, very nice young lady. I got to talk to her boss about how nice she is. But on June 30th is installation. So right here, June 30th, everything after that date will be Travis's fault. That's my main looking forward in the future here. So more information on that as we get closer. One of the things that we also discussed was having a credit card or a debit card for some of our folks that need it. Specifically Ruth for the auction and Ellen for any club expenses. Right now, we're dependent upon Steve to write a check or pay the credit card. The credit card is still in Christine Kilcup's name. And she'd like to get that out of her name. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a foundation and a club debit card in Ellen's name and then have a debit card in Ruth's name. So we discussed a little bit about that. We're going to talk more about that with Steve when he gets back to make sure there's nothing we're missing. And then on another item on our new business, Travis had the idea for a visioning committee for his upcoming presidency. Can we get a mic for Travis real quick? You come right up here. Yep. Get out of your way.
I don't know if you guys caught this, but what Tucker just said is everything between now and June is his fault. So just keep that in mind. All right. I want to ask you guys a question. What's the statement we always open our club meetings with about our club? Greatest club in the universe. Are we? Depends on how big your universe is. So here's my question. How do we ensure we're the greatest club in the universe? And how do we ensure we're the greatest club in the universe 20 years from now, 30 years from now? So I'm going to pick on somebody out here that's really good with numbers. Oh, Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Hey, Kyle, I want you to do me a favor. Survey the hair color of the people in this room and give me an average age. 29. Thank you, Ivy League education. Okay, if you guys look around, I'm one of the youngest members in this club and I have gray hair. So we certainly have other younger members, but not a lot of them. And the only way we are going to be the greatest club in the universe in the future is if we can attract and retain great club members. So we need to have some clear vision about how we do that. It's been a while since the last time we did a club vision was with Carl. And we got some great work out of that. So I'm going to suggest we do some more of that. I want us to be sure that we are the greatest club in the universe. And I want, whether you are one of our senior active people or you're brand new and you're fresh out of college, you're going to be excited to come to this club and to our club meetings and participate. I've been in this club for a long time. And I've seen a lot of changes over the years. And I think we all feel that one of the things that's changed that we would love to get back to is hands-on work parties. So for me, that's one of the key things that I would love to see as part of our visioning. So here's what we're going to do on April 23rd, our club meeting. We're going to spend some time in a first discussion as a club, talking a little bit about visioning. So we're going to do a little bit of work leading up to that. I've already started talking to a small group of people we're going to have as a committee that will put some work together, and you'll be hearing some more leading up to that meeting out of that committee about how you can prepare and what you should be thinking about and what we're looking for. Okay. And some of that will probably be some survey work. And so I'm going to ask you all to please engage your techie brains, and we're going to send out probably a computer survey. And we wouldn't be sending it out if we didn't want your truth. So answer honestly, openly. That's the only way. If we as a club can get to the really tough discussions and the really gritty ones that make people a little hot under the collar, those are the ones we probably need to be having so that we can be the greatest club in the universe in the future. So, and that's just going to be the first one. We are not going to solve our future vision in one club meeting. I'd love to think we could, but that's like 35, 40 minutes. So it'll just be the start of it. And then, kind of sprinkled throughout my presidency, I think we'll, work hard on coming up with what the future vision of the club should look like. So looking forward to it and really appreciate you guys participating and helping us come up with what that should be.
All right, thank you, Travis. Another Travis item that came up, we've been existing on our QuickBooks account and our Zoom account under the Flexure business letterhead. We kind of need to go out on our own and get our own QuickBooks account and Zoom, and the board approved doing that. It's not a big cost, but it's something that we need to assume. So Travis is going to work with making sure that gets done and transferred and all that. Let's see. And then working with Eric as well, making sure that when we get our new Zoom account, that we get the right Zoom account for me to forget to send it out to everybody, and then send out another email to remind everybody that I got it wrong the first time. Let's see. We approved the slate of leadership for the next 2 years. And that was an advisory thing to the board. And we are not having a board meeting in February. Our next meeting will be March 10th at 5:30 at the Senior Center. And I'll put that out for anybody that wants to attend a board meeting. So we've got the two work parties that have come up between the board meeting and now. One of them is going to be kind of a rusty zipper thing. And the other one will be the one I was talking about, putting up a ramp for a community member for his wife. As soon as I do a little bit of talking on that within the next week or so, I'm going to put that out to the club, get some dates, and figure out what we're going to do, whether we want to price out buying a ramp of some sort or building something goes kind of along with his deck. I don't know what the norm has been for something like that. So we're going to talk a little bit about that coming up. And Ruth gave me, I made the mistake of asking Ruth, hey, did you have anything that you wanted to share with the auction as I was preparing my notes for this? And it took her. So for those of you that haven't seen me type, I type with these fingers. So she sent me a text that's about this long on my phone. And I'm thinking, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm going to have to type all of this and I'm going to get some of it wrong. All of my words are spelled correct and all that when I try to do it. But then I figured out how to cut and paste that into an email, and I emailed it to myself. And I'm doing all sorts of things that make Ruth proud. I figured out something else for her the other day. But this is directly from Ruth on this. So for our auction prep, some of the things that we're needing to do and look at are auction item storage. We would prefer someplace with a secure location. We apparently can't get back into where we were the last year, which was kind of a storage place downtown. If we don't come up with a space, then when we bring things in to photograph it and document it, then we'll have to take it home and then bring it the night of. And I can guarantee you that if you want to remain in Rotary and you get stuff donated and you don't show up the day of the auction, you will be on the auction committee the next year to sort this out. Because I think it drives the folks crazy, right, Danny, that have to do that kind of stuff. Gift cards will need to be turned in as soon as we can so we can prep things well in advance. Team items. We're requesting that captains need to fill out a donation slip by mid-March for their items so Danny can add them to the website and Ruth can do the write-up on the auction booklet. And one question, Mike, you still want to do the shooting and eating that people have bought every year but haven't claimed? I have not gotten one request to fulfill their auction. So it's an ideal auction thing. It sounds cool. It sounds awesome. And they spend money and we never have to fulfill it, apparently. We're hoping to do this. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll push a little bit harder for whoever buys it this year to actually, you know, get the payoff and we'll take them out. Um, but let's see. Oh, we're looking for some folks to go to the district assembly as well. The district assembly is going to be on April 11th. It's up at the, what is it, the Kwantlen, something like that. The Kwantlen University is, yeah, it's right across the border in Canada, and we pay for five, four. We pay for four, so we need to send at least four people anyway. But if anybody's interested, I think Ruth said I was going, and she usually goes, and Travis is going to go. Yeah, we're gonna say, I don't think we've heard from Chad, but if you're interested and want to go, just let me know. We'll figure it out. So, that's coming up. We're going to need, when do we sign up for that, Stephanie? Okay, got it. Right. Right. So yeah, I went, I think the year before I became president, or the spring before I became president, and there's a lot of good information that gets, put on there, a lot of great learning sessions. And then we have, many committee meetings coming up, leading up to the auction, for more details on that. Salmon barbecue, we've got that, we talked about that earlier. And, Carl, the front Carl, not the back Carl. Do we have a date for the golf scramble? The 3rd of September. Got it. So we've got that. And with that, I don't have a whole lot more. Do we have anything from the floor? Is there anything that anybody wants to bring up or any? We've got a couple of committee meetings that need to happen after this, but do we have anything else? Josh, were you putting your hand up or were you just? Got it. When is this? Is this tomorrow, Friday, or the next Friday? Got it. Okay. I make sure I got that on my calendar. I think I do. It's the food tasting for the auction meal. What time? 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, Friday, the 23rd. Yeah, everybody that has answered up and has already gotten that information. Okay, anybody else have anything? Ruth, did you have anything else you wanted to add to that? You just want to text me a big long list and I'll figure it out? All right. All right. So with that, we are leaving a bit early, but we have Crystal Ball right up at the front here. Anybody on Team February right back there? If we could, let's leave 2 tables up with the chairs and put all the other tables and chairs away. And with that, we are adjourned.